The next insight is just because something is difficult to obtain does not mean it's valuable.
Yeah, so this was, I very fortunately got to do Rogan's show in August of last year, and he dropped this bomb in the middle of the episode that I'd never heard anybody speak about before, and it's plain and obvious in retrospect. So he says, this is what I've termed Rogan's value difficulty conflation. What can I say? I like to meme things. Look at the car he's driving, look at the watch he's wearing, look at the girl he's with. That's unattainable to many people, so it seems like it's valuable, but then you attained it. And then you realized, oh, this isn't valuable, this is just difficult to get. And there's a difference, there's a big difference. What's valuable is something that fulfills you intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, lovingly. And most smart people, I think, realize that there is value in stepping outside of your comfort, right? On the other side of discomfort is something valuable. And we're told that worthwhile things are difficult to attain because if they weren't difficult to attain, they wouldn't be worthwhile. This is how non-valuable but difficult things get slipped into our desires without us noticing.
And it's people who are actually using difficulty as the measurement for value,
Correct.
rather than what the actual true value is.
100%. Difficulty is the proxy.
How do you avoid that? Are there
With difficulty.
measurements?
The guy should be a comedian.
It's very hard because we're mimetic beings, right? We see what other people want, and we want to want what they want.
The mimetic desire
Correct.
takes hold.
Precisely, yeah. We see, that's a successful person. Why don't I do what he does? Why don't I try and...
That guy has a great British accent. I want one.
You really should try and take this on for a day. It would be great for you. Yeah, it's incredibly hard, but certainly spending a good bit of time working on your values. What is it that you like? What is it that you genuinely want in life? What is it that you take pleasure in for yourself? What are you prideful about in a good way? Those are the things. Once you've got those down, you can just run everything through this heuristic. It's a businessy sort of talk. Really interesting lesson that I learned about both Bezos and Musk. So both of them had single, unidirectional ordinating principles for both of their operations. So every single question that Bezos was asked in the business went through, does this make the customer experience better? One ordinating principle. Unbelievably simple for you to work out whether or not you should say yes or no to something if you only have one criteria it's moving through. For Musk, it was, does this get us closer to Mars? Everything gets fed through that. Now, I'm not saying that you should have a single question that your entire life is built around. You probably have multiple conflicting, sometimes even idiosyncrasies and bits and pieces you want to do. However, if you can reduce them down, and if you can maybe even write them down, or if you can have an idea of them in your head, it's going to make it easier.